What's up everybody, my name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still supporting.
Alright man, I'm back with another video, man. Before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 42 to the best of my knowledge, and if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all know I started this series off at the beginning of the year in 2023, and here we are. It's already week 42. Honestly, I can't even believe it. Like, literally, I know I say this every video, but the time is literally gone by this year, man. We literally got, what, a little less than like 3 months left to close the year out, and we still got a lot of heat coming, but y'all know this is weekly sneaker rotation. Now, if y'all want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week early, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is free to sign up and it will be pinned down in the comment section. Not only do I just talk sneakers over there, but we also have a food section, we also have like music section, and just a lounge, and just all back, like kind of like remind you of sneaker talk. If you remember those days, I'm kind of telling my age here, but pretty much if you want to get advice, it's not just me over there. We kind of work together as a team, man, as just like a true sneaker community. That's what I want the Discord to be about. But anyway, without further ado, man, let's stop rambling and let's get to this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, also sign up in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. But anyway, man, y'all know I close things out pretty much on a Friday and then pick right back up on Saturday. So right here we are, Saturday. So I'm gonna talk Saturday and Sunday, man. So pretty much that means I pretty much chilled all weekend at the crib, man. Just literally wanted to relax because that's kind of like my downtime. Y'all know I work a full-time job, so y'all know when I'm chilling at the crib, and none other than, you know, the YEEZY slides. Now this pair has been beat like I don't know what, and yes, I got a fresh pair, but I got some traveling coming up pretty soon and I will be putting on those new pairs as well. But this is like literally my house shoe. That's the best way I can describe it. For Saturday and Sunday, like I said, I think I may run like a quick errands, and I'm talking about running to the store to grab, you know, miscellaneous items, because I'm just gonna say it nice for YouTube, because you know how they do, right? Okay, but anyway, this is one of arguably the most super comfortable shoes that I own, right? And anybody that I put on to the YEEZY slides, don't knock them till you try them, because there's a lot of people that wasn't really feeling them, but when they got them, they're like, yo, Jay, I wear this joint pretty much around the clock. Right when I get home, I change right into these, and this is kind of like what I kind of do sometimes too, man. So even sometimes when y'all don't see me post like a sneaker that I'm wearing throughout the week, know that 9 times out of 10 is probably these right here, man. It's kind of hard not to just always have these on, but at the same time, I got all these sneakers behind me, and I'm not just a collector. I actually rock my kicks. But this was my Saturday and Sunday shoe, was the YEEZY slides, and this is the pure colorway. Now we're gonna move right along on to Monday. Now y'all know I've been trying to make sure I get like a little theme and a series come on, so as I start the shoe off, you should probably already know what I'm wearing throughout the week. But anyway, man, pretty much on Monday, the kid was right back at the work. Y'all know I work a full-time job, so I stepped in none other than the Bread 14s, right? Okay, no, actually 13s, my bad. Correction. This is the 13 model. I don't even have that many 14s. I don't know why I said that, but this is the Bread 13. Has that 3M popping right up in here. Now, I don't know if the camera's gonna do this any form of justice. Now, this is one of my favorite shoes in my collection, and if you can't figure it out, back in the day when I had this joint, I used to rock this joint literally like almost every weekend, right? Okay, and these joints actually dropped back in 2012, and I actually remember like when I used to actually step out back in the day, man, I actually wore these joints to a club one time. Mini story real quick. So me, and at the time I had a roommate, right? Okay, we stepped out at the club, I had these joints on, you couldn't tell me nothing, right? And like security guard was tripping and talking about it was extra because I had these on, because I'm not the guy that you about to see in dress shoes unless I'm probably headed to court, right? Okay, and those days hopefully are way past me and way behind me, and I don't want any more of those days. But pretty much he had me pay extra, right? Okay, and I was like, no, I'm not paying extra to get in here, XYZ. But my roommate didn't want me to leave, so he ended up putting the extra on that anyway. But this is what I wore on Monday, and obviously I wore a lot back in the day. Now these are a little bit beat, but I feel like they're in still good condition, so this was my Monday shoe. Now we're gonna move right along on to Tuesday. Now this one is kind of what of a recent pickup, but it's also like an oldie elite at the same time. It was a shoe that I wanted as like a kid growing up, and my mom told me to actually wait till like income tax time, and then by that time like wasn't available anymore, and then they dropped again. I want to say last pair I had was in 2010, but again I got these right here, and I'm talking none other than these Flint 13s. This is a sentimental shoe. Like, this one also features that 3M, but also this is like sentimental to me because this was a part of my childhood that I didn't get to have, and then I did have the 2010 pair. But y'all know, once I get the updated version, I don't see the point. Now I do I'm kind of contradicting myself, but I do have a few pairs where there is a double up of the older year and the newer year, but usually when I get the newer year, I usually sell the older pair because they're usually still in good condition. But this is what I wore on Tuesday. Now these dropped, and I'm checking production date. This was in 2020 apparently, but these probably could have easily been in 2021 as well, because it says from 2019 to 2020. So these probably dropped in 2020. I said 2021 for whatever reason, but these probably dropped in 2020. But I had to have these guys in the collection, man. Now I don't think I paid resale for these, if I'm not mistaken. That's the production date on these, but I'll have to double check when these actually drop. But I will say, when these joints drop, I had to have them a part of the collection. You can tell I wear my shoes because I heel drag, but again, that sentimental story I told you, these were a part of my childhood that I really, really wanted. And at the time, I just think my parents, especially my dad, and I'm not picking on him because I know he watches the channel sometime, he was one of those people that's coming up like, hey, the shoes cost too much back then. Not that he didn't have it, he just didn't believe in paying at that price back then. So I think that's what kind of fueled my addiction behind me right here a little bit. It's kind of that stuff where it's like, now that I'm older and I kind of have a little bit of like time to like search this stuff and find it, I try to get the stuff that I definitely didn't have in my childhood. So this is like a very personal shoe to me. And arguably another thing I will say about 13s, super duper comfortable. If you don't have a pair of 13s, do your foot the favor, pause, and get your pair of 13s. And they also just go hard with a lot of fits as well. But anyway, this was my Tuesday shoe. Now, moving right along on to Wednesday. At this point, y'all should know this week is probably all 13s. Stepped out back into work in the Black Cat 13s, right? Okay, again, super duper comfortable shoe, and of course these shoes are featuring a 3M. In fact, majority of the 13s, I didn't notice this, but they do feature a lot of 3M. Granted, I think the last two I got, they don't feature 3M, but don't quote me on that. But I will say this one right here, I actually slept on this shoe at first when it first dropped, right? And then I actually was like I ain't gonna tell the full story of what really is. Let's just say, I'm gonna say it like this for the camera, right? I saw somebody rocking the joints, and then their joints looked so clean and the 3M was hitting them so good. Like, I was like, yo, I gotta get a pair. So I did pay resale on these, but at the time it wasn't where resale was actually crazy and nothing like that. And these joints stood out, and it's an all black shoe, and I feel like you can't go wrong with it. And Black Cats, I mean, like, even if you just put them like side by side, even the bottom of the shoe, the part that you don't see, goes hard. Now these joints were produced 2016, so I'm assuming they dropped in 2016. So yeah, I had to have these guys, man. And arguably it's a shoe where if you're looking for an all black shoe, it really goes hard. But you can tell, like, it didn't really age well, because if you look at this bubble inside of here, it's just like clouded now, man. And it's supposed to have a Jumpman 23 in there, but these joints are 100% authentic. But it's just kind of, that part really bothers me. And I think maybe, I don't even think you can clean that, but if you look hard enough, and I can't even put this on the camera, but it usually should say that Jumpman 23. But this is what I wore on Wednesday, man. Arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And sometimes it's one of those where I looked at the images when it came out, it didn't impress me, and then when I seen them on feet, I was like, man, I had to have these guys. So this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Black Cat 13s. All right, cool. So we're moving right along on to Thursday. This shoe kind of has another sentimental value for me. As you can see, I'm probably gonna say that the whole entire video, but moving right along on to Thursday, I stepped in the Air Jordan 13s, and these are the He Got Games, inspired off of the movie He Got Games with Denzel Washington. That's probably another reason why I keep this shoe. That was one of my favorite movies, arguably going back up. Denzel Washington, low-key, is one of my favorite actors of all time, man. So it only made sense to actually grab these guys. Again, a lot of these 13s are really just throwing sentimental values out there for me. And like I said, this one, that bubble is trying to go, but you can still see the Jumpman in this joint. And these are just as old. Like, these joints is actually from 2013. So y'all know I've been in the game a long time. I don't think the camera's gonna do this any justice, especially with that light reflecting up on this joint. But that bubble where it's supposed to be the Jumpman in 23, you can't see it. That just shows you that the shoes, even though they look good from the naked eye, some stuff just aged normally, man. But it's white and black, and of course it's got red on there. So like arguably that's some of my favorite colors. Y'all see me in the white tees all the time. Like literally with this fit right here, I could easily probably just put these on and just go. You know what I'm saying? Just some black joggers, this white and red tee, and I got a fit already, red bandana. I'm already coordinating, I'm not even trying. So that's how versatile this shoe really is if you really think about it. Again, arguably don't wear enough, but I used to wear it a lot back in the day. You can even see right here where I got just dirt all the way around it. Actually, like I tell y'all several times, man, I probably should just take a moment out of my time one day and just clean all of my sneakers, but some tells me that's gonna be easier said than done and a little bit time consuming. But anyway, this was my Thursday shoe, was the He Got Game 13s. Now, we're gonna move right along to close the rest of the week out, and this is Friday. Again, at this point, you should know it's 13s. Now, these joints I know I just picked up at the top of the year, and I actually did a mall vlog on these guys right here. One of those like shoes where I feel like people slept on them, but they slowly sell out, and I've seen some people actually doing double up and triple ups, especially when I did the mall vlog. Got a lot of love too in the area for that one too, man. But anyway, step in the playoff 13s. Man, all black shoe. Now this one is also sentimental to me as well because I actually remember having this pair as a kid. This was a shoe I waited for income tax time. Like when I wanted those Flints, and my mom said no, we had to wait till tax time. And pretty much this was a shoe that dropped around tax time back in the day that I got instead. And I took care of these joints, like, you know what I mean? Like literally I didn't play in them. I wore them to school, and when I got home, I took them off, made sure they stayed clean and fresh. And then I had a pair of play shoes that, you know, my dad got me instead. And that's what my mom said. And I don't think my dad, like, he actually told me, like, whenever I told him, Mom, it got me these, he actually had told me, like, as we got older, he's like, I told you couldn't have them. I didn't like that. She went and bought that, this and the third. I don't think they had any arguments about it or anything like that, but he was just a little, it kind of bothered him that I got them anyway. But you know, it is what it is. Like when you, like my parents still got along and everything was great, but it's kind of one of those, I was that kid where it's like, okay, cool, dad say no, I'm gonna ask mom. If mom say no, ask dad. That's just kind of how I was raised. And one of them, and for the majority of the time, one of them would say yes. It just depended on what it was. And every now and then, if they both told me no, it was something I probably, truly, definitely didn't need or definitely didn't really want enough, right? Okay, but majority of the times they usually took care of me. So salutes to both of my parents, man. But yeah, the playoff 13s, man, arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. I'm almost positive I picked these up this year in 2023. Production dates on these was in 2022, but I'm almost positive they dropped at the beginning of the year in 2023. So yeah, this is it, man. This leather on it looks amazing, man. They did a great job. Now this one I know doesn't feature 3M, but some shoes it just truly don't need it because it's not like that like suede material. But you know when they got that like suede material going on that joint, but this is leather and these joints still hit hard. Again, if you don't have a pair of 13s and you're looking for a comfortable Jordan, right? That's one of the things that people always ask me when they see me, right? Especially my family members are like, all right, cool, I'm looking for a pair of J's, but which ones are the most comfortable though? And I always throw these out here, 13s and 14s, but 13s are super comfortable, man. Like if you compare it to like a one completely different ball game on your feet. But anyway, this was my Friday shoe, the playoff 13s, man. So this pretty much wraps up my weekly sneaker rotation this week, man. Week 42 in the books, man. This year is coming by very, very quickly. Y'all sign up in the comment section what you wore throughout the week as well. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord if you haven't done so already, man. Other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.